Ladies, it's been a while, so I figured I would hop on here and give you guys kind of an update. I think it's been a little over a month since I've been on last. Sorry if I sound funny. I am getting over a sinus infection, so I spent Christmas and New Year's pretty sick. But I'm getting better, so that is a positive, slowly but surely. I really didn't watch over my last video to kind of verify what I was talking about. But I'm pretty sure I was talking about, we were done with IVF and we were moving on towards the adoption route to start a family. But since then, there have been some changes. I was totally ready to move forward with adoption, and I felt very content. I still do. I would love to adopt. But it's taking my husband a little bit longer to get on board with that, or not even get on board, because he's on board with pursuing that if need be. But he wasn't ready to give up on the IVF. So we compromised, and we will be going through it one more time. And when I say one more time, I mean one more fresh cycle. We will use however many, embryos that we get. So however many cycles we get, or transfers, I should say, out of this next batch before we move on to the adoption route. We are financing this time around because we pretty much could have bought a car with the money we spent. Not pretty much, we could have bought a car with the money we spent for our last fresh cycle. So we are using the little bit of money we get back from the refund program we did, and we are financing the rest. I did have a consult about a week after my last failed cycle, and we really didn't talk about anything new as far as what we had talked about from previous consults. The only other thing that was brought up this time around was I voiced my concern again about my concern with, sorry, my dog, why so many embryos died off within 24 hours. If you haven't watched any of my previous videos, we had 17 embryos fertilized out of 25. And going into day 5, we still had 17. But within 24 hours, it dropped down to 4. And even really then, we didn't know if we'd be able to freeze the 2 that we had not used for our fresh cycle until the following day when 2 caught up to speed. So I voiced my concern about that, and there's so many factors that come into play with that. You can't really pinpoint all the time exactly what the problem is. They had mentioned, there's a little bit of concern if maybe it's my egg quality. So they did say if we went through another fresh cycle that they would probably put me on a growth hormone to try and improve my egg quality, which would result in better embryos. And that's really it, because previous to that, I had a textbook perfect cycle. Like, it was absolutely wonderful and so smooth. I couldn't have asked for a better, stimming process and really anything that went along with it. As far as the growth hormone goes, insurance does not cover it. It is not FDA approved, and they said the cheapest they have found it typically runs about $800. I do have some concerns with possibly being on the growth hormone that I will voice my concern about, because I have done a little bit of research on it, and I have seen that, I should backtrack a little bit. With any medications, you have side effects and, some complications and risks that can go along with it, but the main one that jumped out for me was heart problems, and I do have a heart murmur, so I just want to make sure that that wasn't accidentally, overlooked or forgotten about. So I will be asking about that. I start birth control tomorrow. My cycle day 1 was yesterday. I go in on Wednesday morning, which is the 8th, I believe, and I will have my 4th. I cannot believe I'm saying 4th. Salines on a histogram. I've said it before. Salines on a histograms are the devil to me. I could probably endure 100 more HSGs before I would ever voluntarily, not even voluntarily, willingly, not even willingly, I'm willingly doing it, but want to go in for a saline sonohystogram. My cervix is very stingy each and every time we go in there, and they have to force dilate me, which, it's horrible. And then I do cramp a lot. So hopefully this time around, heaven forbid if I don't remember this time around to take some Tylenol prior, because I haven't remembered the previous 3 times. So hopefully I remember, and hopefully that helps a little bit with it. But I would assume Wednesday when I go in that my nurse will have my letter written up for my cycle, so I can, kind of expect what's going to happen. I kind of have a little bit of notes. They're kind of just quickly jotted down. How I'm feeling about this. I gotta be brutally honest with you guys. I'm borderline dreading this. I don't even know how to word it to make sure I'm saying it in an understanding way for, viewers, but I'm really not looking forward to going through this again. I think I don't know. I feel like I'm more content with moving on, but I can't deny my husband, wanting to try one more time. I completely understand where he's coming from, and if this does work, I will be so elated, over the moon, ecstatic. I will be just so filled with joy. But also at the same time, I'm just not looking forward to it. And obviously, I'm probably not looking forward to it as much as he is, because I'm the one who's constantly, going through the ups and downs. Granted, he is too, but he just has the emotional aspect of it all. I want to say just the aspect. I mean, there is more, I'm sure, that goes into it, especially financially. We both have to deal with the stress of that. But I mean, I'm putting my body through a lot, and I'm not really looking forward to it. But if I felt like it wasn't the road I was supposed to take, I wouldn't be taking it. So I feel like this is the road I'm supposed to go down. I'm supposed to give it one more shot. And, if it doesn't, then we'll go from there. In the end, I'll get what I want. It's just a matter of when the time is right and how we get there. So that's kind of how I'm feeling. So definitely not how I was feeling the first time going in, obviously. The first time going in, I was, pretty excited. I felt very confident that it was going to work. And I know very well it can. I mean, this is going to be a totally different batch of embryos that we get this time around, and I'll have the growth hormone to hopefully aid in resulting in better embryos. So I haven't completely lost my faith, but I am very aware of everything that can happen, and I am guarding myself and my heart. So I'm just taking it with caution. That's pretty much it. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope it was filled with nothing but joy and quality family time and, love. I just hope, everybody had a wonderful holiday season, a wonderful New Year's, any other holidays that you celebrate this time of year. I hope it was wonderful for you and your family. And I hope 2014 is just the best year yet for all of you. Definitely stay positive. Know that it's not over. It's not the end. It's never the end. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, and, when it's all said and done, it'll be worth it. It'll all make sense, and I'm sure everybody will feel content. So yeah, don't lose the faith. Never give up. Constantly strive for whatever you're trying to achieve, and I wish you guys nothing but the best. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will update when I can. Bye.